Let me show you how the ongoing war between Israel and Palestine affects financial markets, more specifically the pound yen. Let's get into it. How's it going, everyone? I am back for another chart breakdown video. Today, I'm going to do the same as always, where I go over the pound yen, show you the new levels and scenarios for the rest of the week, and then I'm going to look at economic news releases coming out later in the week and what days you need to be more cognizant of. And then something a little bit differently that I'm going to do today is look at how the Israel-Palestine war could affect the financial markets and the pound yen specifically. My condolences go out to everyone involved in this war. Let's get into this video. So if we look at the weekly time frame on the pound yen, we can see that last week closed as a very strong buying candle. So buyers stepped in massively. It left a really long wick, which is akin to something that happened over here on the left. Strong buying. The next week was a little flatter selling candle, strong push up. Could we expect something like that? Potentially. I'm not sure with all the news that's going on right now. We'll have to wait and see. But anyway, strong buying candle. If we go to the daily, one thing that I do want to point out here on the daily is the closure of the daily. This closed above the previous pivot. So we could see a potential pullback and then push up, pull back, and then push up again. The buyers are showing that they are present in the market because they're closing above previous pivot areas, which is important. The more major pivot that I do want it to close above, though, is this one here, because it was also previous pivot areas to the left over here. So if I could see on the daily, we get a close above here, or even better above here, and then pull back, I'm definitely with the buyers. Long-term, higher time frame for buyers to keep pushing price long. Let's go down onto a lower time frame and analyze the chart. So some of the important levels that we have to watch out for, I will circle right now. One is current price, where we are currently at 183. I could see price push short before it does make another push long. Another important area we have is at the 182. I could see price come short into 182 and get a push back up into the 183 area to retest, either to make a double top to go short again, or to break the 183, pull back, and go long. Another very important level would be this 181. See how they're all bank levels. We have 181, 182, and 183 as the important levels to watch out for. I do have another one between 50 and 60 right here, but to me, it's not as important as this 181 level is. So I would wait for price if it can break the 182, pull back, and I would be looking to go short down into 181. But I would also be looking for a long at 181. If 181 does get broken, this is my important level where I could see sellers step back into the market and push price all the way down to get a retest of the lows again. So it would be something like this, pull back and go back short into 180.30 or 180, another important area that is a bank level at the whole number. If price is able to break 179.50 to 60 area, I could see price going short all the way to the end of the wick and giving a retest of the 178 whole number. Let me add that in down here, 178. 178 whole number. So that's another whole number to watch out for, and I might as well, while we're here, put one at 179 as well, just to watch out for. But I wouldn't say this is as a major of a level because price wicked straight through it. I know it was a news event, but I wouldn't say it's as important. But if we could see something like this later in the week, this would be a much later scenario because I don't foresee price moving this much unless the news of the war really affects the market. Price breaking below here, pull back, and then head all the way short down to the 178 for a retest of the low of the wick. But like I said, that's a more long-term idea. For the longs, I could see price breaking above this 183, pulling back and retesting this level here at 183.50. If price can break above 183.50, I think it can make it all the way up into the 184.30 type area, anywhere up here. I'd look for price to continue. So it would be this scenario here, and we see price pull back onto 50 and then continue up into this sort of level, a little bit higher. If price can break the 183.50, then I really think the buyers are strong and they can keep pushing price long. But like I said, on the daily, we need to wait for these daily closures above these pivot areas. It would give me more confidence, more reasons to keep going long. Okay, let's quickly look at Forex Factory and look at the news for the rest of the week. So for Asian session starting today on Sunday, we have a yen bank holiday, and tomorrow, Monday, October 9th, we have a CAD and dollar bank holiday. But the European market is open. Aussie, New Zealand are open. We can still get a lot of movement. And I would assume that we would get more movement during the Asian session and during the London session than we will see during the US session, because the CAD and the dollar are both closed with bank holidays. Some important news to look out for the rest of the week. We have FOMC meeting minutes on the dollar. That can always be interesting. You don't know what's going to be said. We have the pound GDP news at 2 a.m. on Thursday. This could be a really big mover, as well as dollar CPI on Thursday, another really big mover, and unemployment claims. Okay, that's going to be it really for the major news for the week that I can see moving the market, other than what's going on between Israel and Palestine. So what happens when fear enters the world? People usually turn, in the financial markets, people turn to the safe haven currencies. So let me go out. So we have three safe haven currencies in the financial market. We have the yen, the dollar, and the Swiss. So when we have fear enter the market, usually what we see is people buying all of these currencies, buying the yen, buying the dollar, buying the Swiss, because they're more stable currencies than a lot of the other currencies. So people flee to these ones to buy them. It's a safer option, safe haven currencies. So if people all start to go buy the yen, dollar, and Swiss, we could see the pound yen start to tank and go short. So when there was the war starting in Ukraine because Russia invaded them, we saw the yen, dollar, and Swiss shoot up drastically. I remember taking the pound dollar short all day long. It went for hundreds of pips all day once that war was announced and started. So could we see a trend day either on Monday or later in the week or in the next few months? Yes, we could, especially if other nations do get involved. I don't want to get into it too much, but I know Iran is involved with everything as well, and the United States are involved as well. So if things start to heat up, and you never know what can happen in the next few months. But one thing that you need to watch out for every single morning or evening while you're trading, every session you're trading, is watch the yen, dollar, and Swiss. If they all start to move together and they're buying, everyone's buying them together, watch out, because it could be a trend day in whatever direction. So if we see on Monday we have the yen, dollar, and Swiss all being bought strong together, I am going to be very aggressively looking to get into pound yen shorts, because like I said, I can see price coming all the way back down into the 181 type area very easily, and that's almost 200 pips. It's 160 pips from current price. So watch out for these safe haven currencies and check to see if they're moving together. That's the hint. If all of them are moving together, then you have governments buying the currency, and you can see really big moves in the market. So just be cautious of that. That's going to be all for this video. I'm going to see you guys all on Tuesday. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe. It really helps me out. Also, don't forget to join the Discord community using the link in the description. Thank you.